Welcome back to another video with DodoBot. Today we're going to look at 5 reasons why I love the finals and 5 reasons why I hate the finals. And if you're new to the channel or want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Building destruction. The finals has so much destruction involved where you completely destroy a building on every map you come across. It is like you can destroy anything you want to destroy. And if you're like myself who plays a heavy, you have the full range of ability to destroy every single building. That's whether you're using Heavy's charging ability, his sledgehammer, rocket launcher, anything, even grenades, even explosive barrels. It's so fun to destroy the entire map, and that is why I love the destruction. It's probably one of the best destruction kind of systems we see in most games nowadays. Classes being unbalanced. Even though the heavy class does the most destruction, it still lacks a lot of abilities that other classes have. The mediums have a lot of mid-range to long-range and even short-range weapons. The lighter class are more quicker and they're able to use more melee close combat weapons, and they even have long-range and medium-range weapons. This makes lights way more harder for heavies and even mediums to kill. Even though they got less health than heavies and mediums, lights are, in my opinion, still the more advanced classes. That's why I feel like there's a lot of unbalancing. Like sometimes you can be a match where you're against all lights or a match against all mediums. All the mediums could have defibs where they can just keep on reviving each other, no problem. Or you have lights that just constantly move around, super hard to shoot, even super hard to hit them with a hammer. And that's why I feel like there's a lot of unbalancing, and I feel like that needs to be looked at for sure. 2 different competitive modes. The finals features 2 modes, one being the World Tour, which is my favorite, and the second is ranked. The difference between the two of them is that World Tour has it where, like, even if you lose a match, you never ever go down a rank, you always go up. So if you end up going up, you end up getting more points for your rank. Ranked, on the other hand, is more based on credits. So if you are kicked out of the tournament, you lose your rank, and over time, that's how it works. And the way that both comp modes work is that they both work on a tournament base. So you have to win 3 matches. First being against 4 people. Second one again is between 4 teams, not people. And then the last one is just you versus the final team, and then that's it. Lack of maps. The main reason why I think the finals suck is the amount of maps. Currently the finals have only 6 maps altogether, which include Las Vegas, Monaco, Seoul, Skyway Stadium, Sis Horizon, and Kyoto. The maps do change by environment. Some can be in the desert, and then some of them just have platforms added. But I feel like for games, especially the finals being free, it just lacks a lot of maps. I mean, when you look at other games like Call of Duty, they always bring out at least 12 maps ready there. Battlefield, they always bring out a couple of maps. I don't exactly know how many, but they always bring out a huge amount. And I feel like if the finals, whether they bring out a new map or allow people like myself who like the game, they can create their own maps, like in a system, because it is a stadium based game where you're basically killing each other, like almost like the Coliseum. And so in my opinion, it'd either be great if they brought in more maps or let us, the fans, make our own maps. Smooth gameplay. The finals is quite a polished game compared to Call of Duty and Battlefield. Even though it lacks in some maps, it tends to have a very smooth gameplay. I've never really experienced much server lag or many glitches in the game, which makes it more fun, as that you don't need to worry about your PC or your Xbox or PlayStation from crashing, as it just, makes the game more fun. And, maybe some people might have some problems here and there, but I've just never ever experienced like any bad like gameplay. It's always been a well balanced, no lag, no nothing. But when I play Call of Duty or Battlefield, I'm lagging, there's so much shit going on. Sometimes the server can lag or there's too much destruction, and that's why I feel like the finals has done a really good job at making sure that their servers just never lag. And that's why I think it's got the best smooth gameplay I've ever played. Weapon customizations. Many games like Call of Duty or Battlefield have it where you can actually change the weapons and change like the gadgets or the attachments on weapons. In the finals, you can't really change much, can't even change much sights. Only recently they brought in we can only change the sights because a lot of weapons when the first game came out had only iron sights, which made it a very big issue for weapons that have just iron sights. And some iron sights on some weapons are just useless. Like it's even hard to see it in most weapons that I used as a heavy. It's just crap. They're crap sights, and that's why, like, in my opinion, it'd be great if they brought in weapon customizations. But they just haven't. Like even if like you put in where like the gun stops for being too much recoil or like something like that, like recoil stabilizers on it, like that would really improve the game in my opinion. But in some ways it also balances the game. I can kind of see it, but it'd be interesting to see like I want to put like a long range scope on like an LMG. Why can't I do that? So that's why I feel like that's something that I'm very lax in. The one thing that I really like about the finals is the grab and go. Being able to pick up a goo barrel, explosive barrel, propane tank, gas barrels, or even just like pick up a chair and throw it in an enemy's face. I just love it how like they've made it where you can basically destroy an entire map using like the explosive barrels or even the propane tanks, making it easier to get into some area. If let's say if you're a light class or a medium class and you don't have a rocket launcher or anything that can destroy a wall, you can use explosive barrels, you can use propane tanks. It's super easy. And then when you have things like, you know, we have gas barrels. These can be great if you want to throw it into the objective, shoot at it, or you hit it into the objective and just blows up. Anyone in the objective will just die from the gas or get, you know, basically get injured by the gas. And then you have goo barrels, which are great for, you know, putting against a door so no one gets in, they have to shoot their way in. And so there are a lot of good benefits to the grab and go. And you can even throw objects at people and damage them. And this is really great in my opinion, and I think it's something that most games should have, where you can actually pick up, like when you go into like Call of Duty, you see a lot of stuff like glass or anything like that. It'd be great if you can just throw it into someone's face and get some damage on them, you know, extra damage. Progression rewards. The finals does have progression. Like you level up, you get some rewards, but I feel like you also get credits, and you use credits to buy things. You buy gadgets, new weapons, and you can even buy skins. But in my opinion, it should have been leveled up, because that means you are more likely to then to play the game more, knowing that you're going to be unlocking more rewards such as weapons and gadgets. This is great, as it makes you want to play more of the game, and it kind of like puts away from people just like using the same gadgets, buying the gadgets instead. And it's almost like pay to win, even though I know like they saved up the credits for the gadgets. But it's like, you know, in my opinion, it's better to actually, you know, progress through the game, learn from the game, and then basically level up. Like most games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, they have like a level up system. Once you get at a certain level, you get a weapon, you get a gadget, you get like whatever. And in my opinion, they should have had that in the finals, but sadly they don't. So that is the reason why I don't particularly like it. Skin customizations. Now I will say the finals does do a good job at skin customizations. Games like PUBG have somewhat of a similar, where you can kind of mix and match outfits. You can mix like the head and the kind of like the torso and the legs and the feet. You can change it up, so you don't have to just buy one skin. You could buy maybe 5 and make your own unique character from those skins. Even on the weapons, I feel like a lot of the weapon skins they bring out are, in my opinion, probably one of the most interesting skins going. Especially like the way that they change a lot of the melee weapons into like even like one being a big spoon, or like one being like a tree hammer. So like it's interesting how the finals team create skins that are actually creative, unlike like some Call of Duty games where they kind of like just like kind of pick from films and just kind of like put them in one, or other franchises like Fortnite, they don't really like create their own. Like they're always like very like looking for like licensed ones, which are like, you know, yeah, it's okay, like, but you know, I feel like the finals does have that uniqueness of its skins. And yes, a lot of the skins are pay, but they do have a lot of skins for Game Pass, which are great for some people who want to just get skins, as most other games like Fortnite. So yeah, it does a really good job with skins in my opinion. Trying to beat other shooters instead of being unique. The finals is a great game to play, and I actually would recommend playing it. But I do feel like it is trying to cater towards people who play Overwatch or Call of Duty, in the sense that they're trying to bring in elements from those games. Example from Overwatch, they basically brought out these two blades that can deflect bullets. Now, if you played Overwatch, you probably would know a lot of characters in it. I know personally as a Bastion player, Genji. Genji is able to deflect bullets and it hit right back at you. So basically, if you are a medium and have two blades, you're gonna deflect bullets back at the player, and it wouldn't do much damage to you. And to me, like, come on, basically a rip off of like Genji from Overwatch. And I just feel like, you know, that's kind of the direction they're kind of going for. They're trying to look at other games, put it into their game, and they're just not trying to be unique with their way of, you know, putting weapons in or putting even melee weapons in. Like, I feel like there is a lot of issues with that. If you haven't heard of the finals, I'd highly recommend playing it. It does have some drawbacks, but in my opinion, it's great to play with friends, especially if you have maybe only 2 friends, as most of the matches are 3 players versus 3 players versus 3 players and so on. And so you can even play, if you have a 5-man, you can play 5v5. Pretty simple. And so there are my reasons for liking the game and disliking the game. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do what you want to do. I'll see you next time.